Hi everyone, welcome to Art with Miss Lynn. So today I'm going to show you how to make a paper fan. So I have a few colors that I chose to make my fan since we are celebrating Chinese New Year. So I picked the colors that are bright and yellow and red and colors that might represent like good luck in the Chinese culture. So I have red, yellow, orange, pink, even white if you want to use the white and draw some patterns. So these are just plain paper in color. So choose the color that you want. If it's light, then we can show the design of the fan very well. If you have a darker paper like this red color, it might not show out your lines as much, so I might need to use like a metallic pen or something much brighter like white paint or oil pastel. So those are the options that you could use, the drawing materials that you can use to draw on the darker paper. So let's say I want to make a pink one or a yellow one. Right? So you choose your color paper, or if you don't have color paper, just use white paper. Now, before we make a fan, we're going to make a pattern and think about very happy and bright colors. So something simple. You want the pattern to be kind of all over the paper. So if you're thinking about flowers, like kind of like Happy New Year things, confetti, maybe present, maybe food. So you want to draw a pattern that goes kind of all around the paper. And if your paper is thick enough, you could actually make two patterns, one on the front and one on the back. So I want to make sure I have a lot of flowers everywhere. Of course, you could draw other items like I just said, confetti, or maybe present, maybe food, maybe the tangerine that we eat for Chinese New Year that shows good luck, right? Or fish, or some kind of dim sum. And when I am sketching, I'm not drawing an actual picture of the fan, because once we fold this, the picture is not going to look exactly like the picture that you draw. So that's why we are only making pattern and a design that goes all around. And if you're drawing one thing, you might want to draw the left side and the right side of the paper more, not in the middle, because that's the part where we're going to fold it, and I'm going to show you soon. But let me finish my tangerine. Right, so I use marker to draw these quickly. Of course, you have color pencil and crayons and anything at home that you want to use. Go ahead and do that. So make some more dots just to fill up the space. Make sure you have things on the edge, on the side, pictures on the side, right? So this is overall a pretty nice pattern and a design. So now, once you have this, we're going to fold this and then glue the paper together. Again, you can make two if your marker doesn't show up on the other side. Okay, so some of my marker is starting to show. You can draw another one kind of on these marks if you want. If you use white paper and not using marker like crayons and color pencil, then your lines they won't bleed through the paper. So now I'm going to start folding this, and we're doing it horizontally like how I started it, right? So I fold a little bit up like this, maybe around 1 inch or a little less than 1 inch, and then take the paper, fold it backwards. If this is too hard for you, ask somebody to help you in your house, right? So we're folding back and forth around the same width. So now I turn my paper back to the front, and then I fold again, right? And just keep going back and forth. kind of like a zigzag, like that. You can see, and then back again to the front. Okay, then turn this around and fold it backwards, and keep going back and forth until you finish the whole paper. And each time I fold it, I crease it a little more, press it a little more, press it down. So now I have finished folding my entire paper. Okay, so it's a long way. And then you can see when I open this up, it looks like an accordion fold, accordion like this. And then what you want to do is find the middle, somewhere in the middle, right? And then you fold this in half. If your paper is hard, thicker, it might be a little bit tricky for you to fold a lot of layers like this. So you might need to ask some adults to help you. Now I have a fan like this, and what I have to do is just to glue down the middle, right? And then open it up a little bit more. So the best way I use to do this is using the glue, so then it holds it stronger. Also you can use tape, right? But the tape sometimes it might not last long. You can also use staple. You can staple it together, a stapler, right? Snap it, or glue and stapler. So let's add some glue in the middle. I don't need to add it on both sides, I just need to add some on one side. But make sure you have enough glue, and make sure you're using liquid glue instead of glue stick. The glue stick won't be sticking as much. And then you want to hold this, press it down, the middle part. If you use too much glue, don't press the whole thing down. It might glue the other parts too. So just the middle too. And then you might have to hold it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, as long as it's gonna stick, right? And then once you open it, just gently, you have a little fan that you can use. You can also add staple over here at the bottom if it's not too thick. If it's very thick, then the staples won't go through it. Or sometimes people tie a string here. And that's our little fan. Pretty simple and quick project, right? Here's another one that I did. Instead of using color paper, you can also, as I was saying, just regular white paper, and you can make your own pattern. And on the other side, I tried to make a picture, but without considering that I folded at the end, my picture is not showing because I drew it right in the middle. It's supposed to be a tangerine. That's why when I was telling you to design your pattern, it should be on the edge, near the edge of the paper, right? The left side and the right side. So when we fold it, you will see more of the drawing. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And you can make a lot. You can make a few, one for each of your family members. I hope you have fun. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.